Hello, kind people and future LPTs. Welcome to another episode of our Let Review series. On this episode, we'll be rationalizing questions for the science specialization. So this is in preparation for the March 2024 Let. And we have 150 items for today. Okay, so without further ado, we'll begin with question number 1. What is the main difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes? Prokaryotes and eukaryotes. A, the eukaryote is the only type of cell that is capable of photosynthesis. B, the prokaryote has a nucleus, but the eukaryote does not have. Letter C, the eukaryote has a nucleus, but the prokaryote does not have. Or letter D, the prokaryote is always larger than the eukaryote. Now, tayo po, human beings, saan po ba tayo nabilong? Prokaryotes or eukaryotes? O animals. O animals are eukaryotes. Okay? So, ang tandaan lang po natin sa prokaryotes, ito yung mga bakterya. No? Yung mga bakterya po sila, basta prokaryotes, bakterya yan. Now, ang mga bakterya, wala po silang true nucleus. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ang mga prokaryotes walang true nucleus. Tayo po, we have nucleus. So, our answer for this one would be letter C. No, the eukaryote has a nucleus, but the prokaryote does not have. So, does not have a true nucleus. Kasi ang meron sa kanila, meron pa rin silang genetic information, pero wala silang membrane-bound na organelle. Okay? Yan po yung mga prokaryotes. Walang true nucleus, walang membrane-bound, and they reproduce through binary fission. Alright? Now, ang eukaryotes naman, tayo, animals, human beings, mayroon tayong nucleus. Nucleus, that's the largest organelle sa animal cell. Iba naman sa plant cell. Plant cell also has a nucleus, pero it's not the largest organelle. The largest one sa plant cell is the vacuole. To be more specific, the central vacuole. Okay, basta eukaryotes, meron pong membrane-bound na organelle. And yung method naman for reproduction is through mitosis and meiosis. Okay? Sige, proceed tayo with number 2. Fats do not dissolve in water because fats, ano ang mga fats? The fats are lipids, water. So, hindi ma-dissolve ang fats sa water. Water is, we know that water is polar. So, ang fats, fats are non-polar and water is polar. Remember this, ha? Fats are polar and water is non-polar. O kaya, hindi siya nadi-dissolve. Kasi sa chemistry, we have what we call like dissolves like. Alright? So, polar molecules, nadi-dissolve sila sa another polar molecules. And the non-polar ones will dissolve in non-polar molecules also. Now, bakit po ba polar ang water? It's because of its shape. Tapos, the hydrogen ends of the molecule, no, di ba H2O, dalawang H, dalawang hydrogen. So, the ends of the molecule are positive and the oxygen naman na end is negative. This causes the water molecules to attract each other and other polar molecules. Di ba nga, opposite charges attract, no, and like repels. Alright? Sige. Proceed tayo with number 3. Okay, number 3, the San Andreas Fault is an example of this kind of fault, where nearly vertical fault planes slide in parallel but opposite directions. Ayan. So, we have here our plate boundaries. So, the San Andreas slide past each other. Ano yun? Kapag past each other, that's the transform boundary or the strike slip fault. Yan. Okay? So, ano po ba yung mga plate boundaries natin? We have the strike slip fault. Yan. That's the transform float boundary kapag they are sliding past each other in parallel, opposite directions. Tapos, we have convergent naman. Ang arrows are like this one. So, the plates are moving towards each other. That's convergent. Okay? plates are moving towards each other. No, yung crust, may isa crust na nadi-destroy and yung isa naman nag um dives under the another or nagsasubduct. Now, the other also is we have divergent. Kapag divergent naman, yung movement naman ng plates ay away from each other, no? So, that's the three types of plate boundaries. Again, the transform fault or the strike slip fault. It's just the same. An example niyan ay ang San Andreas fault. Nakapanood na ba kayo ng movie na San Andreas? That one, that's an example na strike slip na fault. Next, number 4. Some people from Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan, were discovered to have cancer. To which may this be attributed? Remember these two, Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Di ba ito yung dalawang areas kung saan nag-drop ang US ng atomic bomb. So sa Hiroshima and sa Nagasaki. Now we know that the atomic bomb, o isa lang naman may atomic bomb dito sa option. So the atomic bomb is highly radioactive. Okay? So we can trace that back. Kapag radioactive yung substance, pwede siyang rason kung bakit mayroong mutation. No, that can lead to cancer cells. All right? So this is Bravo, radioactive fallout from atomic bomb. Now, question, kailan, let's look at the date. The date kung kailan binombahan ang Hiroshima. Hiroshima first. Hiroshima, tandaan niyo sa Hiroshima, 'di ba? So that's World War II man. So that's the year 1945. Dalawa pareho, the Hiroshima and the Nagasaki, parehong 1945. And the same month sila. So Hiroshima, that would be August 6. Alright? So kapag Hiroshima, August 6, 1945. Now, kapag Nagasaki naman, August 9, August 9, 1945 also. So pag tinanong, in which place unang nag-drop ang atomic bomb sa Hiroshima kasi August 9 siya. And just arrange it alphabetically, 'di ba? Mas nauna pa naman ang letter H kaysa sa letter N. Yan, no? So 6 and 9, August 6, 1945, August 9, 1945. All right? I hope we're clear. Now proceed tayo with number 5. Which of the following cause Klinefelter syndrome? O ano ba itong Klinefelter syndrome? 'Di ba? The famous one na usually tinatanong sa Gen Ed is the trisomy 21 or the Down syndrome. Pero pag sa major shift na, it's not just trisomy 21 o marami pang syndrome. So ano yung Klinefelter? Sige nga. What's Klinefelter syndrome? So, pag sinabi nating Klinefelter, teka lang, nawala yung here, annotate. This one. So, ang sagot natin dito ay ito. That is Charlie. Dalawang X chromosome and one na Y chromosome. So, ganito siya. X, X, Y. 'Di ba? Kapag babae, XX. Kapag lalaki, XY. 'Di ba? Na ang nangyayari kay Klinefelter, dalawa yung X niya, 'no? So, dalawang X. So ito, lalaki siya 'no, kasi may Y 'no. Klinefelter syndrome, ang affected nito ay mga lalaki kasi may Y. Basta may Y, lalaki 'yan. So XXY, two X chromosomes and one Y chromosome. No, that's Klinefelter syndrome. So, ano naman 'tong letter A, B, and letter D? Sige nga. Letter A, that's extra copy of chromosome 21. That's trisomy 21 or known as the Down syndrome. Ito namang letter B, only one X chromosome for female, one X chromosome, kumbaga XO or XO. So, ang nangyayari dyan, one lang yung X chromosome or yung isa partially missing siya. Yan ay natawag nating Turner syndrome. Okay? Babae po ang naapektuhan yan, Turner syndrome. Now, letter D, that's 2Y chromosome and one X chromosome. Ano naman yan? Jacob syndrome naman yan. Jacob syndrome, XYY, when a male has one extra copy of Y chromosome. Ito yung tinatawag natin mga super male. No? Okay, so I hope it's clear. Proceed tayo with number 6. Which among the following is credited to work for the unification of electricity, magnetism, and optics field of physics? What's our answer here? Number 6. So credited for the unification of electricity, magnetism. So yan po I see. Kapag unification, that's Maxwell. Alright? James Clerk Maxwell. Ito yung pangalan ng building namin ngayon. Ito yung name ng building. Yung office namin, no? So, every day, during office hours, pumapasok ako sa Maxwell Building. So, hindi ko malilimutan si James Clerk Maxwell. Alright, so siya yung credited for the unification of electricity and magnetism. So, famous siya for his Maxwell's equation, 'di ba? So he demonstrated that the electricity, magnetism, as well as optics pwede siyang ma-unified into one. So we have options B, Michael Faraday. While Michael Faraday discovered electromagnetic induction, that's the generation of electricity by changing the magnetic field, he is not directly related and he is not directly credited to unifying the three fields. Then also si Orsted naman, dapat kilalanin po natin yung mga nasa options din ha. Kasi possible din na lalabas sila. So si Hans Christian Ørsted, he discovered the relationship between electricity and magnetism by observing that a current carrying wire, makadeflect siya ng compass needle. Pero he did not unify the three fields. And of course, we know Sir Isaac Newton, sa classical physics naman na he played no direct role in unifying the electricity, magnetism, and the optics. Alright? Sige. Next, proceed tayo with number 7. A light year. Ano ba ang light year? Isang light year. So, the light year, it is a measure of a distance. Hindi po siya time. No, the distance. The distance that the light travels in a vacuum in, ano? Nasagot natin dito. Teka lang, ano ba to? Bakit nag-annotate here? Yeah. So, in one Julian year, month, or week, or day. So, kapag light year, may year na nga, di ba? So, sagot natin ay year. So, the distance, that light travels in a vacuum in one Julian year. Alright? So, ano ba yung Julian year? Sa astronomy, ang Julian year, that's the unit of measurement of time defined as exactly 365.25 days. Yun, 365 and 1/4 days. So, that's the term na ginamit natin in astronomy. That's Julian year, 365.25 days. Next, number 8, an iron ball and a wooden ball of same radius are released from a height in a vacuum. Which of the two balls would take more time to reach the ground? Now remember the situation in a vacuum. Vacuum. Kapag nasa vacuum, wala po tayong air resistance. So, ibig sabihin, same silang dalawa. No? Hindi magmamatter kung ilan yung mass, kung gaano pa yan kabigat, as long as walang air resistance, sabay silang babagsak. Klaro ba? Kapag nakita nyo na in the vacuum, so sabay po silang babagsak. Next, number 9, medical biotechnology, that's insulin. agricultural biotechnology. Pag sa agriculture naman, ano naman siya? By the way, ano ba 'tong biotechnology? Ito yung paggamit natin, the, pag-develop ng mga new products, mga methods, no, and mga organisms intended to improve the human health and the society. Alright? So, ang yung goal niya is for the improvement of the health of humans as well as for the advancement of the society. So sa agriculture na field, i-increase ba ang size ng crops? Hindi po. Improve the taste of the fruits and vegetables? Hindi din po. Create of new species ba of plants? Hindi din. This is letter C, to produce crops with bigger yields. 'Di ba? Ito yung goal. Dapat maraming ma-produce na pagkain. Kasi lumalaki yung population natin, 'di ba? So this makes sense, no, to produce crops with bigger yields. Next, what is the function of enzyme amylase? Oh, ito na naman mga enzyme, no, mga trivial questions talaga. So ang amylase po, that's a digestive enzyme that plays a crucial role in breaking down glucose. Ano ba ang glucose? 'Di ba glucose is a carbohydrate. Kaya ang sagot natin, it helps break down carbohydrates. Alright? Ang protein naman, the one that breaks down protein is yung protease, no, na enzyme. Ang lipids naman ay we have yung mga lipase na enzyme. Alright? For the synthesis of nucleic acids, ano ba? We have the DNA polymerase and the RNA polymerase. So kapag amylase, we have the breakdown of carbohydrates. Next, number 11, which explain the absence of weather on the moon. Weather on the moon. The absence of weather on the moon. Bakit walang weather ang moon? 'Di ba the weather, saan siya matatagpuan? Saan ang layer ng ating atmosphere makikita ang weather patterns? 'Di ba sa troposphere. So ibig sabihin, ang moon wala po siyang atmosphere kasi walang weather pattern. As simple as that one, alright? So recall the parts or the layers of our atmosphere. We have the troposphere, the stratosphere, ano pa? The mesosphere, ionosphere, the thermosphere, and the exosphere. Okay, number 12. These are small vertebrates that need water or moist water or a moist environment to survive, which include frogs, toads, salamander, and newts. Yung ano ba yung mga frogs? Syempre, mga amphibians yan. Okay? Mga amphibians yung frogs natin. They go to water to to mate, to reproduce, to breed. Sorry. Then they go back to the land. Okay? So ganyan po yung mga amphibians natin. Alright. Now, ang mga mammals, ano po ba yung mga mammals? Siyempre, mga tayo, we are mammals, no? Mga warm-blooded animals with fur, with hair. Examples, we have humans, dogs, cats. Yan, mga mammals tayo. So, the crustaceans naman, ito yung mga invertebrates, no? Meaning wala silang backbone. So, meron silang exoskeleton, and mainly, they live on water, like yung mga shrimp natin, mga lobsters, mga crabs, mga crustaceans yan. Then we have the reptiles. So, ang mga reptiles, mga cold-blooded, no? Ang mga reptiles. Dry, scaly yung skin. Examples of reptiles, we have snakes, we have lizards, yung mga turtles, reptiles yan, alright? So, cold-blooded. Pag sinabi natin cold-blooded, pabago-bago yung internal temperature nila, depending on the environment. Tayo, human beings, we are warm-blooded kasi the range of our temperature is the same lang siya, no? The normal one is 37 degrees. So, stay ganyan yung temperature natin. So, we are warm-blooded. Next, number 13. What human activity has added the most carbon in the atmosphere? They added the most carbon in the atmosphere. 'Di ba nga, um, kapag nagsusunog tayo, nagre-release tayo ng carbon dioxide. The process of burning, we call that combustion. It releases carbon dioxide. So our answer here would be letter A, no? Burning of fossil fuels. So itong human activity, remember kasi the most, no? Most ang hinahanap. Pinakamaraming na ma-release na carbon sa atmosphere na activity, itong pagsusunog talaga. Kasi the combustion reaction, yung isa sa products niya ay the carbon dioxide. Next, number 14, which of the biogeochemical cycle? Because of biogeochemical cycling, A. Nutrients are circulated throughout the biosphere. B. The earth creates new chemicals that replace those that were used up by organisms. Letter C. Organisms eventually run out of needed elements, compounds, and other form of matter. Letter D. Human activity has no effects on elements, chemical compounds, and other forms of matter. Wala bang effect? 'Di ba? Meron. So, ano kaya yung rason, ano kaya yung, effect 'no, ng biogeochemical cycles? So, that's the natural cycle in our environment o bio. Teka lang ha, i-clear ko muna here. Bio meaning life, geo, earth, chemical, this is referring to the elements. So it basically, the biogeochemical cycle is the reason for the nutrients na circulated siya throughout the biosphere. No? Ang mga organisms, mga living forms ay nakakuha ng nutrients. It's because of the biogeochemical cycle. So we have the major one. We have water cycle, also known as hydrologic cycle. We have carbon cycle. We have sulfur, nitrogen, phosphorus, oxygen, yon. Okay, so this is alpha. Next, herpetology is the branch of science that deals with the study of. Herpetology. Herpetology, this is the study of amphibians and reptiles. Okay? Pag sinabi naman natin fish, that's ichthyology. Kapag insects naman, that's the study of kapag study of insects, that's entomology. All right? Entomology. Now, ang snake, those snakes are type of reptile, pero herpetology studies all reptiles and amphibians, not just specific group, not just snakes. All right? So, ang answer natin dito would be letter D, amphibians and reptiles. Next, what is the second most abundant element in the human body, accounting for 18% of the body? Second most abundant. So this one, nagparamdam to during our time sa major ship. What's our answer here? So the second most abundant element in the human body. This is carbon. Okay? Carbon ito, carbon. Mainly 18%, no? 18% no ang carbon. So the first one, the largest portion would be oxygen. Yan yung pinakamarami sa katawan natin, yung oxygen. 65% yung oxygen. Then followed by carbon, 18%. Then the hydrogen, that's 10%. And nitrogen is 3%. So just remember those elements, no? So we have carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, no? The chon. Ito yung main elements in our body, chon. Again, ang pinakamarami oxygen, then we have carbon, then we have hydrogen and nitrogen. All right? Klaro ba? Sige. Proceed tayo with number 17. Sige, number 17. Two species compete for the same limited resource. Oh, ito pa lang, nabasa natin. No, alam na natin yung sagot. 'Di ba? Compete, nagko-compete sila. Ibig sabihin, this is competition. Nag-aaway sila, no, sa kanilang source of food. So, mayroong dalawang klase ng competition. Interspecific competition, ito yung nangyayari between different species, no? Compete for same resources. For example, the lion and the hyena, same sila ng source of food. That's interspecific na competition. Kasi magkaiba naman sila na species. Now, intraspecific naman, intra, within. So, this of course when individuals of the same species compete for the same resource. For example, yung dalawang hyena o nag-aaway-away sila, oo, 'di ba? So kapag nag-aaway-away sila sa kanilang nagko-compete sila 'no, sa source of food nila, that's intraspecific kasi same sila ng um species, alright? Sige. Next, clownfish. Teka, we have amensalism. Ano ba 'tong amensalism? Sa amensalism, one species is negatively affected while yung other one is unaffected siya. Parasitism naman, one species, the parasite, no, naka-benefit yung parasite and the other one, the host, is harmed. Then we have predation. Ang tanda natin sa predation, may act of killing. We have predator, o yung the one that eats. And we have prey, yung kinakain, no, the one that is harmed. Alright? Sige. Next, number 18. Clownfish lived among the stinging tentacles of sea anemones and received protection from predators in return for keeping the anemone clean. O, 'di ba? So, ibig sabihin, naka-benefit silang dalawa. So, that is mutualism. Okay, this is mutualism po. Ang grazing, examples of this one, yung carabao, yung goats, yung ano pa, yung cow, kinakain nila yung grass. Oh, kapag part lang yung kinakain, that's grazing. Then commensalism naman, commensalism, yung relationship kapag yung isa naka-benefit pero ang isa ay hindi siya na-harm, hindi din siya naka-benefit. No, wala lang siyang pake. Then the competition, we have that one earlier. Next, number 19, the introduction of invasive species to a new environment can disrupt existing interactions, potentially leading to what? O naka-harm na nga sila 'no sa environment itong mga invasive species na-disrupt nila yung balance sa ecosystem within a specific area. So we cannot answer increased biodiversity. Hindi din abundance in crop yield. So, ang native species ba, hindi ba sila greatly affected sa mga dominant na invasive species? Mhm. 'Di ba nga ang invasive species o invasive, sila yung pumapasok lang, siyempre nakakasira sila. Let's have an example on your relationship, ay wag naman sana. O example lang sa relationship, o kahit gaano pa ka-strong ang relationship niyo 'pag mayroong invasive species, kapag mayroong nakisawsaw, hindi naman kasali, may tendency na posibleng masira talaga 'no, kasi hindi na gano'n ang balance. The same with our ecosystem, whenever mayroong introduction ng invasive species, siyempre magkakaroon ng scarcity, 'yan. Resource scarcity. Teka lang, i-clear ko muna siya ha. Kasi yung invasive species, kukunin niya yung mga resources na supposedly para sa mga native doon. Okay? So let's have an example of this one. Yung mahogany tree, alam niyo yung mahogany tree? So usually nung like nung bata pa tayo 'no, yan yung pinapatanim sa'tin during tree planting. Pero, the research, showed that mahogany tree is an invasive species. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya magandang itanim kung saan-saan lang. Kaya ngayon, hindi na siya masyadong, tinatanim during tree planting. Kasi kinukuha niya yung mga nutrients, yung mga resources na supposedly is para sa mga species na naninirahan doon sa area kung saan siya tinanim. Okay? So, invasive species po siya. Next, number 20, concerned with the properties and behavior of compounds, which include metals, minerals, and organometallic compounds. Ano ito? Metals, minerals, organometallic. So, mga metals, mga minerals, ito po ay inorganic chemistry. Okay, mga metals, inorganic chemistry. Ang organic, syempre, that's for merong usually, no, sa mga hydrocarbons, di ba? Merong carbon bonded with hydrogen. O, basta merong carbon, that's most likely an organic na substance kasi the carbon is from the living. Then we have the analytical one. This has something to do with balancing, with equations, no? So ang analytical chemistry, more on analyzing the substances, no, the product as well as the raw material and the product. Then the biochemistry, or the study of life's chemistry, no, the chemistry of our life. Next, a small glass or plastic tube with a rubber bulb at one end and a narrow opening at the other end. It is used to transfer small amounts of liquid accurately. The rubber bulb is squeezed to draw liquid into the tube and then released to dispense the liquid drop by drop. Di ba? May drop by drop na. This is dropper. So you have to be familiar with some laboratory equipment as well. Okay? So dropper po ito. Now, during our time, parang tatlo ata na laboratory equipment. We have the crucible, the autoclave, and the beaker. Sige, next. All living things from single-celled organism, such as bacteria to multi-cell organisms, have one thing in common, cells. That's the smallest unit of life. So kapag walang cell, hindi siya considered na living being, hindi siya considered na living thing. So, scientists used cell theory to describe the properties of cell. Which of the following is not a principle of cell theory? Not a principle of cell theory? Tingnan natin letter A. All known living things are comprised of cell. O, di ba tama nga siya kasi lahat ng may cell ay may buhay. All cells from one are formed come from, sorry, all cells come from other cells through cell division. This is also true. Hindi lang siya randomly na dumarating lang ganyan lang parang magic, poof, mayroon ng cell. O, hindi. It is a product of cell division. O, kaya merong bagong cell. Hindi siya spontaneous generation lang. Now, cells contain the hereditary information that passed from one cell to another when the cell divides. Di ba nga the cell is the smallest functional unit of life. So, meron siyang specific function, of course, that's to um, ano ba 'tong tawag na transfer, no, the genetic information from one cell to another. So this is also true to the cell theory. So ang hindi lang kasali itong letter D. This is our answer. All cells are part of larger living organism. Hindi to totoo kasi meron naman tayong mga single-celled organism, yung mga unicellular organism included this includes bacteria, yung mga archaea, no, mga subprotista, no, like amoeba, mga unicellular lang sila. So, not necessarily na part sila ng larger cell. Okay? Next, 23. The walrus. Oh, ito na, hindi na to kailangan natin gasgas na ito si walrus. Siyempre, si walrus nasa malamig na environment. Oh, ano ba ang malamig dito na environment? The tundra. Yung South Pole, wala pong mammal sa South Pole. O si Walrus, hindi po siya sa South Pole. Right? Sige. So, ang estuary, ano ba itong estuary? Pag sinabi nating estuary, this is the area kung saan nagmi-meet yung um, salty water and the fresh water. No? Ang water na meron dyan is the brackish water. Okay, so i-clear ko muna to. Right. Next, why does the LHC have to be so big? Nako, ano tong LHC, ma'am? O, di ba? So the LHC LC stands for the Large Hadron Collider. Are you familiar with that one? That's the world's largest and the most powerful particle accelerator. So, una ko siyang narinig when I watched Big Bang Theory, yung si Sheldon. So, the Large Hadron Collider, it's located in Switzerland, no? Geneva, Switzerland. It's operated by the European Organization for Nuclear Research. So, bakit po ba sobrang massive ng Large Hadron Collider? From the name itself, large na, it is because, um, what's our answer here? Because its size enables it to build with components that provide the extra energy required. So, kailangan kasi ng massive amount of energy. No? Kasi yung, as ironic as it sounds, Large Hadron Collider, napakalaki niya. Pero yung sinastadihan niya is on the atomic level. Napakaliit. Next, according to Einstein's equation that shows the relationship among mass, energy, and the speed of light, you could conclude which of the following, or the famous equation ni Lolo Einstein, E equals mc squared. Pero this is technically not the original equation. Pero ito na yung ginagamit natin. Minamodify lang siya. But it's the same thought. E equals mc squared. Ano yan? So, ang ibig sabihin po niyan, in simple terms, yung energy is just the same with the mass. Na? The energy varies according to the mass of the object. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. That's the famous equation ni Lolo Einstein. The mass is the energy. Alright? Sige, next. Who coined the term scientist? Sino ang nag-coin ng term na scientist? Si Aristotle, William Harvey, William Whewell, Amelia Earhart. No, si Amelia Earhart, kilala siya bilang aviator, no? Pilot, the famous aviator, the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. Now, we have Aristotle, syempre si Aristotle, hindi to yung sagot natin. Si Aristotle, um, father of biology, father of zoology. He did not live in the period when the word scientist was coined. So William Harvey naman, we have William Harvey. Sino naman to? He was a physician who made significant contributions to understanding the blood circulation. So, ang sagot natin, si Whewell. No? Si Whewell. Siya yung nag-coin ng word na scientist. Okay? Ginagamit natin ngayon. Scientist. Next. Which of the following microorganisms is used to make alcohol and rise of dough in bread making? Ano kaya? Alcohol, rice ng dough. So, matagal na 'to, no? Way back ancient um, times pa itong paggamit ng microorganisms for alcohol. So, 'di ba, this is for fermentation. Then we have here alcohol and rise of dough sa bread. 'Di ba ang mga fungi 'yon? Fungi. We have fungi here. Pero specific yung question. So, you have to give specific answer as well. Ang sagot natin dito ay yeast. Though yeast is a fungi, so we cannot answer fungi kasi specific yung tinanong sa inyo. So, kapag ganyan, specific answer, specific question requires specific answer. So, ang sagot natin ay yeast. Alright? Yeast. Next, 28. Why is a jellyfish classified as an invertebrate? Jellyfish. Ang cute-cute ng mga jellyfish, pero they are venomous. So, invertebrate, di ba kapag invertebrate, walang backbone. Huwag ka na mag-overthink. Walang backbone ang jellyfish. Wala silang brain, wala silang heart. They're just mainly water. 95% of it is just water. Okay? Sige. Next. What is the significance of developing better crops in biotechnology? Ito na naman si biotechnology sa better crops. To improve ba the taste? Hindi. To create more color? Hindi. To increase the size? Hindi. Ang sagot natin dito, to make crops resistant to damage from insects or droughts. O kapag um, hindi na sila naaapektuhan ng mga insekto, no? So, ibig sabihin, lalaki yung yield. So, it's just almost the same with the question earlier. O, ibig sabihin, kapag hindi na sila naaapektuhan ng mga insekto, hindi na sila easily namamatay, tataas yung yield ng crops. Marami, mas maraming ma-harvest. Number 30, the secretion given off by the liver which helps in the digestion of fats is liver. Tandaan mo, pag liver, this is the largest internal organ. Ang sagot natin, bile. No? Bile ang nire-release ng liver natin. And it helps in the digestion of fats. By taking the pulse rate, a doctor determines what? Yung pulso. Pulse rate, nadidetermine ng doctor yung rhythm ng ating heart, the beat of our heart. Okay? So this is Charlie. Next, if a person wishes to find out whether a certain medicine will improve his health, he should. Ano yung dapat niyang gawin? Sige nga. Read the advertisement and labels of the medicine. Babasahin mo ba yung label? Babasahin mo lang? Ikaw lang magbabasa-basa? Ikaw lang din yung mag-interpret. Doktor ka ba? Nag-study ka ba ng medicine? Ask advice of people who have tried the medicine. Puwede din naman, pero iba-iba kasi yung epekto kahit ng same na medicine, iba-iba yung epekto ng medicine na yan sa katawan natin kasi iba-iba tayo ng katawan, iba-iba tayo ng health vulnerabilities, iba-iba yung size ng katawan natin, oo. And hindi din puwedeng ikaw-ikaw lang magbasa-basa ng medical book. The best thing that you can do is you have to consult a doctor, 'no? So, you have to consult a doctor. So, 'wag yung ikaw-ikaw lang yung mag-self-diagnose o mag-Google-Google ka lang ng mga symptoms mo, kung ano-ano na yung binibigay na sakit ni Google sa'yo. So, it's not recommended. So, the best one is to consult a doctor. Next, which of these metals is liquid at room temperature? Liquid at room temperature, metals. So, it's the only metal that is liquid at room temperature, and that is mercury, alright? Or also known as quicksilver. Now, pag tinanong naman, the only non-metal, kapag non-metal, that's bromine naman, no? Na liquid siya at room temperature, that's bromine. Kapag non-metal. Kapag metal, that's mercury. Next, what is the function of the macrophage at the level of the alveoli? Alveoli, ito yung basic unit ng lungs natin, ng lungs, no, sa lungs natin. So sa ang itong macrophage, they act like the guard, no, the armies, the protectors, no, of our alveoli, of in the cell na level. So, they engulf the pathogens. Ano ba yung mga pathogens? Ito yung mga harmful na mga microorganisms na nagko-cause ng disease. Yun yung mga pathogens. So, alin ba dito yung may related lang dito sa panglaban-laban sa sakit? O, syempre, we have this one. So, kinakain nila. No, they engulf the pathogens. So, that's what we call phagocytosis, no? Self-eating. Cell-eating. Sorry, cell-eating. Kapag pinocytosis naman, that's cell drinking. Next, which of these famous poisons appear in the periodic table? Poisons, famous one. It is also um dubbed as the king of poisons, no? King of poisons. It earned the moniker king of poisons. It's highly toxic. It's been used, no, as it is a poison to monarchs, to rulers, to kings and queens. Sinasali siya sa, I mean, mix siya sa mga inumin nila. That's arsenic. This is arsenic. All right. Next. In science experiment, the control group. Ano ba yung control group? Pag sa science experiment, the control group. Diba? Dapat marunong tayo sa research, the variables that we have, should be familiar with it. All right. Ano yung sagot natin dito? So, yung control group po, ito yung nagpo-provide um, ng data that enables the researcher to observe what will happen when the independent variable is unchanged. So, any effect produced by changing the independent variable can be attributed to that change and not something else. From the name itself, control, o yan yung trabaho niya. So, ang nangyari dito, ina-isolate niya yung effect ng independent variable. Nakuha? 'Di ba? The independent variable is the condition that the researcher changes, no, to determine what effects are produced. So, ang control variable, uh, so, dinidetermine niya, um, I mean, ina-isolate niya yung epekto ng independent variable. Alright? Para ma-determine mo na yun lang talaga ang gusto mong i-measure. Let's just say, for example, we have plants, plant A and B. Nandyan si plant A and B. Basta si plant na yan. Basta mga plant, may mga plant tayo dito ha, mga plants. So, you measure the growth of the plant. Tapos yung ginagamit mo na variable as just say the um fertilizer. Fertilizer yung gagamitin mo. So we have here the independent variable natin is the fertilizer. So si plant A and si B, bibigyan mo siya ng different fertilizers. Or let's just say, yung plant A, may fertilizer, si plant B, walang fertilizer. Okay, ganyan. So, i-measure mo kasi kung ano yung epekto. Kung totoo ba talaga yung fertilizer, tutulong ba talaga siya na makagrow ang halaman. So, the independent variable is the fertilizer. The dependent variable is the growth of the plant. Yun kasi yung mini-measure mo. Now, paano mo malalaman na yun lang yung factor talaga na nakapag-determine na tama yung mini-measure mo na, ay okay, si fertilizer pala yung rason bakit tumutubo yung halaman ko. So, you have to have a control group. Ano bang pwedeng control natin? Dapat same yung water na dinidilig mo sa plants. Both plants ha, A and B. Ano pa? The same yung soil nila. Same yung soil na ginamit mo. The amount of sunlight. Yon, the acidity of the soil, the temperature, the humidity. 'Di ba? Pwede mong gawing control yon, yung mga control. Alright? Ang binabago-bago mo lang, si fertilizer. Kasi yun yung measure mo kung ano yung epekto niya sa dependent variable na growth of the plant. Nakuha lang po ba? Sana po naintindihan. Next, one of the seven nature wonders of the world, the Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis, is caused by what? So the Aurora Borealis, it's sa northern part. It's Aurora Australis sa southern part. The cause of that is the interaction between the solar flare and our Earth's magnetosphere, our Earth's magnetic field. Okay? So it's basically a solar activity kasi galing siya sa sun. Yung solar flare natin, galing sa sun, it reacts with our magnetic field. Kaya merong auroras. Alright? So it's a solar activity. Next, what is the name of the closest star to our sun? Our sun is the only star in our solar system. Remember that ha? Kapag tinanong sa inyo, ilan yung star natin sa solar system? Oh, so hindi mo pwedeng isagot na billions or millions or bibilangin mo pa yung mga star in the night sky. Hindi. Kasi yung star natin, isa lang. Si Sun lang. Now, ano yung pinakamalapit na star sa ating Sun? Sige nga. Now, ano ba 'tong mga options? Ano ba 'to si Cassiopeia? Familiar ba sa inyo si Cassiopeia? Cassiopeia po, isa siyang constellation. Alright? Si Proxima Centauri, isa siyang star. Si Sirius naman, also a very bright star. And then we have Betelgeuse, also a star. So, ang sagot po natin dito, ang pinakamalapit, si Proxima Centauri. Siya yung pinakamalapit na star sa sun natin. Pero not really, really like malapit lang siya. It's still very far away, but it's the closest one. Okay? Sige. Next, what is the name of the constellation that includes the Polaris? Ano ba yung Polaris? Polaris is the northern star, right? Now, Polaris is nasa Ursa Minor. Okay? Ursa Minor or the small deeper. 'Di ba palagi siyang nakikita in the night sky, the small deeper, the big deeper. Pag sinabi nating Ursa Major, that's the big deeper. Ursa Minor, that's the small or the little deeper. So yung Polaris, that's the brightest star located at the tip of the handle no of the deeper of the Ang Orion naman, are you familiar with the Orion's belt? I recently watched a movie called Orion in the Dark and I so love that movie. It's so nice. Pinapawatch ko nga siya sa mga estudyante ko sa astronomy namin and I let them have a reflection on that one. It's such a nice movie. Orion in the Dark. Sige. The Orion, it's a constellation. It's recognizable for its belt, no? Kaya nga siya tinatawag na Orion belt. Then ano pa, Ursa Major is again the Big Dipper. Helpful siya in finding the Polaris pero wala sa kanya si North Star itself. Um sorry, si Hydra, tandaan nyo kay Hydra, it's the largest constellation. So we have 88 constellations, no, modern constellations. Sorry. Now number 40, when meteoroids enter Earth's atmosphere or that of another planet like Mars at high speed and burn up, the fireballs or shooting stars. Ano yan mga shooting stars? The scientific name for that would be meteor. Okay, mga meteor po yan, ang shooting star. When it's in the atmosphere, it's meteor. When it's still outside, when it's still in the space, it's called meteoroid. And when it enters the atmosphere, it's meteor. And when it landed on the Earth's surface, it's meteorite. Next, what is the event called when the moon passes directly between the Earth and the Sun? Yan, yung moon nasa gitna. So, obviously, that would be an eclipse. To be more specific, that's solar eclipse. Kapag Earth yung nasa gitna, lunar eclipse. Kapag si moon ang nasa gitna, si solar eclipse. Okay? Next, according to Kepler's law, what is the shape of all orbits of the planets? Siyempre, ellipse, no? That's the first law of Kepler. Ellipse, elliptical, no? It's not perfect circle. Kaya merong time na napakalayo natin sa sun, no? So, that's called aphelion. That's the phenomenon called aphelion. And if we are very near sa sun, that's perihelion. And we have also the moon and the earth na relationship. It's also elliptical yung orbit niya. So when the moon is nearest sa ating planet Earth, that's perigee. And when it's farthest, that's apogee. Next, what is the theory that suggests the universe began with a very hot and dense state? This is like my favorite songs. The opening of the Big Bang Theory. No, ni Young Sheldon. No, not Young Sheldon, ni Sheldon. Yung kanta na a whole universe was in a hot dance state. Yeah, nearly 14 billion years ago, expansion started. Wait, parang ang tawag natin sa LSS, right? So that's the Big Bang Theory. Next, what is the name of the dwarf planet that was reclassified from planet status in 2006? Evicted siya sa bahay ni Kuya. Oh, so that's Pluto, syempre. So pag tinanong sa inyo, kailan reclassified si planet Pluto into a dwarf planet? That's year 2006. Okay? Year 2006. So ano pa tong ibang options dito? We have Ceres. This is the largest asteroid, no? Then dwarf planets also, we have here the Makemake and the Eris. Mga dwarf planet yan. Okay, sige. Next, 45. Wow, we're still 45. We have many more items to go. But yeah, we have to fight. Kaya-kaya natin to, no? Ang major kasi napakalaki. It's 40% of the entire lot. So it's basically more than, almost half of the entire exam. So yung value niya is super laki. So hindi mo pwedeng i-underestimate lang yung major, ha? So ipaglaban ng major. Okay? Kahit sumasakit na yung lalamunan ko. Um, I'm also, I'm still here and I want to help you. I want to share what I know and I hope nakakatulong ako sa inyo. Okay? So huwag kang mag-give up. Kaya, fighting. Alright? Laban lang. Next. What is the name of the spacecraft that flew past Pluto in 2015? Mm-hmm. What's that spacecraft? No, yung mga question talaga na ganito, no? It's really trivial question and it's a trivial question and if you're not really into reading, like you don't read a lot, so most likely he would resort to guessing. But then, hindi din basta-basta-basta. Isipin mo na lang, no? Napakalayo na ng Pluto. Parang it's a different horizon. So this is New Horizon. Okay? New Horizon. That's our answer. That's Alpha, New Horizon. It's the first spacecraft not to fly past Pluto. Ang Hubble space is a telescope. While it has observed Pluto, it is a telescope in space, not a spacecraft. The Perseverance, this is a rover that landed on Mars in 2021. Sa Perseverance rover. Ang Voyager 1 naman, it has never flown past Pluto. Si Voyager 1. That's the farthest man-made object from Earth. The Voyager 1. Okay? Next. Matter is anything that occupies space and has mass, which is not matter. Ano ba dito ang walang mass na ino-occupy? Siyempre. Walang physical space na ino-occupy. Si energy. Okay? Si energy. Wala siyang physical space na ino-occupy, so basically, it's not a matter. Right? Next. Pero it has energy. No, energy, it can be in a form of, of heat, of ano pa, of light, 'di ba? Yan. Right? It does not occupy a physical space. Next, tapos na. Elements and compounds are known as pure substances. Which of these statements is correctly describing a compound? Compound. For example, water. No, water is a compound. Pwede mo natin i-break down yung components ni water, yung hydrogen and the oxygen. Pwede mo natin silang i-separate. Pwede. So, it can be broken down to simpler components. Pero hindi sa physical means, but sa chemical means. Like for example, water, no? Through water electrolysis, di ba? Sige, next. In a food chain, plants are considered primary producers. Through the process of photosynthesis, they use energy from the sun to convert carbon dioxide and water into carbohydrates and other organic compounds that store energy in chemical form. All energy in the food chain can be traced back to which of the following? All energy in the food chain, syempre sa sun. No? Si sun, siya yung source, primary source of energy in our planet. What were the first two elements to form once universe expanded and cooled? Oh, the first two elements in the periodic table, we have hydrogen and then helium. It's the two most abundant elements in the universe. And pag tinanong, what's the most abundant element in the universe? Hydrogen yung sagot natin. Second most abundant, si helium naman yan. Next, an unknown gaseous element readily accepts one electron when it reacts with a metal and forms a salt. To what family in the periodic table does it belong? For example, we have NaCl. So Na, this is sodium, this is metal. Si Cl, ano siya? Readily accepts one electron. Di ba? One, si Na is nasa family 1, no? One valence electron. So, nagta-transfer si electron sa electron ni Na, no, kay Cl. So, si Cl, chlorine, ano ba siya? Ano ang family ni chlorine? May family ba si chlorine? Siyempre, that is halogens. Alright? Halogens po, si chlorines. Chlorine. The group 17 or group 7A, that's mga halogens. They have 7 valence electrons in their outermost p orbital. Kaya gusto nila i-achieve yung octet rule, octet, no? Full octet rule. We have 8 electrons. So, kaya napakalaki ng electronegativity nila and electron affinity nila, no? They love electrons. Alright? Next, number 51. 51 na po tayo. Which of the following is not part of integumentary system? Integumentary. Ito na, anaphysio. Merong anatomy and physiology and BTOS. Ang alin ang hindi kasali sa integumentary? Siyempre si bones. Kasi si bones ay sa skeletal system. So, ang nasa integumentary, we have the skin, we have the hair, we have the nails. Integumentary yan. Which of the following exhibit macroglossia, a disorder in which the tongue is larger than normal? Pansin niyo ba to sa mga taong may Down syndrome? No? That's extra X chromosome and that's extra X na, yeah, and chromosome 21. Next, one of the important criteria in classifying plant and animal kingdom is the evolutionary relationship. Evolutionary relationship, that would be phylogenetic. Okay, phylogenetic po ito. Ano ba itong homeostasis? This is the internal stability, no? Yung homeostasis. Then of course, we have photosynthesis, the food production process of plants. Ang mga saprophytic naman, o mga saprophytes, no? They obtain food from organic material, no? Decaying organic material. Which of the following groups of organisms is a very good source of antibiotics? Antibiotics. It fights bacteria, di ba? That's Penicillium notatum, no? Penicillin. It's an antibiotic. It fights bacteria. Who discovered penicillin? Alexander Fleming. Next, what is the shape of Vibrio cholera? That is gamma. No? Gamma shape po ang Vibrio cholera. Kapag rod shape kasi, that's bacilli, no? Yung mga lactobacillus, no? Bacilli. Wala talagang circular. It's more on globular, no? Rod shape din siya. Spiral naman, o yung spirella. Example of that. Okay, next. Deficiency in the secretion of this hormone cause simple goiter. So yung lalaki dito 'no, sa my neck, that's the thyroxine. Alright? Thyroxine. Deficiency in thyroxine. So, when our body lacks sufficient iodine, uh, so yung vital component for thyroxine production, the thyroid gland enlarges in an attempt to capture more iodine to fulfill no, the basic function of producing thyroxine. So, ano ba yung mga pagkain na rich in iodine? Yung mga seafoods. Yan, yung mga may shell, no? Mga clams, mga seaweed, shrimp, mga sa mga seafoods. It's rich in iodine. Next, when experimenting with the growth of a plant, a scientist uses three of the same types of plants. Two different fertilizers, equal light, equal water. What type of variable is the water? Di ba sabi ko kanina, pang equal lang, yan yung control. Alright? That's the control na variable. Control variable si water. Number 58, what does a severely cut portion of starfish, by what, sorry, by what process does a severely cut portion of a starfish grow into a full starfish? Starfish, starfish. It's basically sea star, no? It should be sea star. That's the in the science world, it is sea star. So, what's our answer here? Cut yung portion and that portion grows back into a full starfish. This is regeneration. We know that binary fission, this is the most common reproduction in bacteria. Budding naman, sa corals yan, no? Corals ang budding. They does not involve regrowing lost body parts. It's just that when new individual grows from a body of an existing parent, that's budding. Kaya example niyan, corals. Ang fragmentation naman, ito yung organism na break siya into multiple pieces and each piece can develop into a complete individual. That's example of that is earthworm, di ba? So it's almost the same with regeneration. But take note that um itong fragmentation, like nagbe-break lang siya, no? Into multiple pieces talaga. Into many pieces. Unlike the starfish, nag-cut, tapos nag-grow ulit. Okay? So that's regeneration. Next, all monocots possess the following characteristics except all monocots. Yun yung sagot natin dito. Letter A, this is the description of a dicot. B, dicot also. C, dicot. So our answer is this one. Multiples of 4 and 5. Ay, sorry. A, B, and C, monocot yan. Sorry for that. A, B, and C, monocot yan. This one, this is dicot. Sorry. Yan. Klaro ba? Yan si dicot. Teka, i-clear ko lang ha. Yan. So, si monocot kasi, it's typically 3, 6, 9, yung mga multiples of 3. Si 4 and 5, si dicot yan. Alright? Next, what is the term involves using relationship between reactants and products in a chemical reaction? This is stoichiometry. Alright? This is stoichiometry. Lumabas to during our time. So, ano lang, it's just a technicalities lang no on the definition. This is stoichiometry. Okay, which is not made of carbon. Alam natin si carbon. Hmm, Pag may presence of carbon, it's basically most likely no an organic compound. Now dye is organic compound. So it's made of carbon. Pencil head is ano yung si pencil head? It's graphite. No, it's an allotrope of carbon. Another allotrope of carbon we have diamond, we have charcoal. So, si steel ay made of iron and carbon. So, ang sagot natin dito, si paint. Si paint. Okay? So, it's not made of carbon. Kasi ano bang meron sa paint? Si paint is made of zinc oxide, no? Zinc sulfide, ano pa, mga titanium dioxide. Yan. So, it's not made of carbon. Okay? Next, a lot of malnourished children in Africa are found to have poor teeth and eyesight. This is believed to be caused by eyesight. Di ba eyesight? Ang problema sa eyesight, kapag may problema ka, you have deficiency in vitamin A o apple. So, alin ba dito yung may vitamin A? This one. So, this is letter D, delta. Teeth. This is vitamin D, no? Yung sa gatas, yan. Alright? Sige. Sige, let's have recall lang natin yung mga vitamins natin. Ano yung tawag natin sa vitamin for blood clotting? That's vitamin K. For eyesight, that's A. For the brain, that's vitamin B. For the bones, no, for the teeth, that's vitamin D. Dog. Delta. Yeah, for immune system naman natin, that's vitamin C. Ano yung tawag natin for the mineral in blood clotting? Mineral, that's calcium. It's the most abundant mineral in our body, calcium. For the vitamin in blood clotting, that's vitamin K, pero yung mineral, that's calcium. Klaro ba? Dapat klaro. Sige, next. The first organic compound that is derived from inorganic. Yan si urea. Yan si urea. Kilala niyo si urea? It was synthesized by Friedrich Wöhler. So si Friedrich Wöhler, siya yung father of organic chemistry. It was asked last September, who is the father of organic chemistry? Yan. So dapat kilala-kilala din natin yung mga father-father. Next, if oceans and rivers are natural ecosystems, what do you call aquariums, ponds, zoos? Siyempre, mga man-made sila, no? Pero, huwag mong isagot yung man-made. Kasi, technically, it is artificial. Alright? So, ito yung sagot natin. Artificial ecosystem. Though, the aquarium, magawa ng tao, yung mga ponds, mga zoos. Pero, the term that we should use is artificial. Kasi we have natural ecosystem and artificial ecosystem. Okay? Sige, next. How can the problem of acid rain be resolved if its effect in soil acidity comes from the sources around the world? Around the world. O, di ba? Huwag ka na mag-overthink. It's around the world. So it's a worldwide, it's a global problem. It should be environment protection, no? Worldwide. Hindi lang tree planting, alternative use. Ano itong cloud seeding? Ginagawa to in countries like in Dubai, no, yung bihira lang uulan sa kanila. So this is artificial na rain. It's actually a very smart na technology pa na on how they come up with that method of producing rain, artificial rain. They put something on like above. I forgot ano yung I think it's more on chloride, silver, something. Yeah, basta. Yun, tapos uulan. So it's artificial rain and the term that we use for that is cloud seeding. Okay? So ang sagot natin for this one is letter D. Next. Linnaeus placed humans under the genus Homo because man has large brain and upright posture. Okay? Next. By the way, Carlos Linnaeus, father of taxonomy, modern taxonomy. What vitamins is taken through moderate drinking of beer? Oh, okay din naman na iinom tayo ng beer na paminsan-minsan lang, lalong-lalo na kapag wala ka namang sakit, no? Wala ka namang ano diyan. Pero wag yung um ramihan mo naman, no? Wag ganun. And wag kang iinom before the board exam. Nako, nako. Ano 'yan? This is vitamin B, no? Beer, vitamin beer. Vitamin B, to be more specific, B3. Okay? Next, the part of electromagnetic spectrum that our eyes can detect. Our eyes can detect. Yung mga mata natin, nadidetect siya. Siyempre, that's visible. Okay? So, no, memorize the electromagnetic spectrum. Yung palagi kong sinasabi, if you've watched my videos on my YouTube channel, it's Study with Reg. It's called Study with Reg. Study with Reg. Study with... Ang pangit ng penmanship. Study with Reg, yan. So, memorize this one, Army Vox G. Army Vox G. Yan. We have the radio, microwave, infrared, visible. Ito yung nakikita ng mata natin, the visible. Then, we have the ultraviolet, the X-rays, and the gamma rays. Okay? Memorize this one. Now, pag tinanong, saan dito sa electromagnetic na to, waves, ang may pinakamataas na wavelengths. Ang may pinakamataas na wavelength, si radio. Ang may pinakamababang wavelength, si gamma. Pero, pag tinanong, may pinakamataas na frequency, si gamma yon. Pinakamababang, or the shortest frequency, si radio ron. Yan. Okay? So, remember that ha? It's inversely proportional. The longer the wavelength, the shorter its frequency. Now, the higher the frequency, the shorter the wavelength. Klaro ba? Next. The following are the consequences of special relativity ni Lolo Einstein. Except what? Special relativity. Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein actually did not win a Nobel Prize for his theory on relativity. No, despite its groundbreaking na nature, but wala kasi siyang experimental evidences no, during that time. But he won a Nobel Prize in physics no, for his discovery of the photoelectric effect. So it laid the foundation for development of quantum theory. So alin ba dito ang hindi kasali sa special relativity ni Lolo Einstein? Siyempre, that would be the general relativity. Kasi dalawa yun, no? Relativity. The general and the special. Sa special, kasali na yung time dilation, space-time. It's the fourth dimension according to Einstein. The length contraction, mass energy equivalence. Yan. General relativity, it focuses more on merong factor ng gravity. No? General, letter G, gravity. Next, according to physical property of hardness, which of the following minerals is the hardest? According to the Mohs scale, it is diamond. And the softest one would be talc. Arctic is classified as what kind of biome? Arctic, di ba? It's in the north and Antarctic is in the south. It's tundra, no? Treeless na region. Walang kahoy kasi napakalamig ng kanilang environment. Next, when a methane burns, it produces light, heat, carbon dioxide, and water. Why would natural gas be a good choice for keeping the house warm in winter? Bakit? We can't relate kasi wala tayong winter dito sa Philippines. Sobrang init dito. Bakit po? Siyempre dahil nagpo-produce ng heat, no? Kaya nga winter malamig, so ang kailangan mo merong heat, nagpo-produce ng heat. The chemical reaction produces heat. Alright? Next. Sometimes questions like this, no? Parang whatever makes sense. Okay. Ocean trenches form along. Bumalik na naman tayo dito sa mga boundaries na to. Pag sinabi nating divergent, ano yan? The plates are moving away from each other, convergent, moving towards each other, and the transform one is sliding past each other. Sige, what's our answer here? Ocean trenches. So, ang ocean trench, mangyayari siya kapag merong subduction na mangyayari. Merong isang crust na magsasubduct. And that would be the oceanic crust. So this is convergent plate, no? They would meet, the plates are moving towards each other. Alright? Okay. Ano bang mapaform sa divergent? Sa divergent, ang mafo-form is we have mga rift valleys, mga mid-ocean ridges. Sa convergent is we have mga trenches, no, the volcanoes, mountains. An example of transform is yung San Andreas and the Queen Charlotte na fault. Next, why is 2H2 plus O2? Yung product niya is we have 2H2O. Considered to be a balanced chemical equation. Alam niyo ba kung paano mag-balancing? Well, from based from the March and the last September 2023, wala namang balancing. Pero we don't know, maybe as of this moment, this March, baka may balancing. So you should know how to balance. Madali lang din naman. Okay, so you just do what I do is what I always do. I um trial and error, no? Trial and error. Ano ba yan? Trial and error. So, bakit po balance ito? Ang sagot natin dito ay letter D kasi 4 hydrogen atoms and 2 oxygen atoms are on either side of the arrow. Gaya nito, 2H2. So, you just have to multiply the coefficient to the um this one at the bottom. The anong tawag natin dito? I forgot. The subscript. Yeah. So, the coefficient multiplied by this number, so 2 times 2, ibig sabihin, 4 yung hydrogen. Tapos, 2 oxygen. Now, dito naman, 2 times 2 pa rin, 4. And then, we have the oxygen here, you multiply that to the coefficient, which is 2. Same sila. 4 hydrogen atoms, 2 oxygen atoms. Kaya siya balanced na equation. Okay? Alright, number 75. Ang haba ng question. Anyway, a benefit of aerobic exercise is that it improves your body's ability to produce adenosine triphosphate. That's ATP, an energy-rich molecule produced by each cell's mitochondria through the process of respiration. What is the primary purpose of mitochondria in a cell? Syempre, mitochondria, that's the powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondrion is the powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria is the plural form. So, of course, kaya siya tinatawag na powerhouse kasi diyan nanggagaling yung energy production. It produces energy for the cell. Siya yung nagbibigay ng power sa cell. Okay? So that's mitochondria. Next, how can bacteria adapt so quickly to antibiotics? Ito yung problema natin. Some bacteria, hindi na sila namamatay sa antibiotics. Ano ba yung way ng pagsasalita ko? Parang yung sa esophagus, esophagus. Okay. Um, ano ulit? Di bacteria, di ba? Ano na sila? May resistance na sila sa antibiotic. So, ano yung rason? Ano kasi? Ganito yan. Ang mga bakterya, napaka-bilis nilang mag-reproduce. Binary fission po. Sila yung organism na pinakamabilis mag-reproduce. They reproduce quickly. So the chances for a genetic mutation that makes them immune to antibiotics is statistically more likely than other creatures. Alright? So ganyan yung mga bakterya. So kaya nga kapag may sakit, to prevent the bacteria from developing the resistance to antibiotics, we should use antibiotics only for bacterial infections, no? So, ganon. Next, number 77. Isotopes of a chemical have the same what? Isotopes. Hindi sila same number ng neutrons. Ito nga yung magkaiba sa kanila, di ba? Kapag sinabi nating isotopes, magkaiba sila ng neutrons. Ibig sabihin, pag iba sila yung ng neutrons, iba rin yung mass number. Iba rin yung chemical property. So, ang same lang sa kanila is the atomic number. That's the number of protons. Okay? So, same sila ng number of protons. Next, a short female was found to have a premature ovarian failure that have extra folds to skin on the neck, swollen hands and feet, kidney defects, and hearing loss. What chromosomal condition does she suffer from? Anong condition yan? yung sa babae, naapektuhan ng babae. This is Turner syndrome. Okay? Yung kanina, no? Turner syndrome. It affects female only. Yung XO, one X chromosome is missing or partially missing. We have here Down syndrome. Ano nga ulit yung Down syndrome? Di ba? The trisomy 21 extra chromosome. Then we have Jacob syndrome. This is XYY, no, the super male. Merong extra Y chromosome. Then the Klinefelter one is XXY. Oh, sa boys pa rin siya. Kasi may Y, no? Yung boys, it should be XY. Pero ang nangyayari dito sa Klinefelter, XXY. XXY siya. Dalawang X. May extra na X chromosome. Next, Edward Jenner is credited with which of the following? So Edward Jenner is the father of vaccination. So, syempre, letter D, developing the process of vaccination. Edward Jenner. All right? Edward Jenner. So, siya yung unang person na discover ng smallpox vaccine. So, yung word na vaccine, it comes from the word vaca. Ibig sabihin, cow. Next, which is true of recessive genes? I think this question, paulit-ulit lang siya. It's favorite. And what's the answer here? And I've seen a lot na magkakamali pa rin sa tanong na to. Recessive. Ano to? So this is letter D. Will only have phenotypic expression if present as homozygous genotype. Diba? Ano ba yung dominant trait? Ang dominant trait that is the one that is expressed when at least, no? At least one copy lang of that dominant allele is present. So, yan lang yung mai-express. Ang recessive naman, it is only expressed when dalawang copies of that recessive allele are present, no? Kapag walang dominant. Alright? Okay? Sige. A forest suffered from wildfire. Ito, tandaan nyo lang, kapag fire sa forest, tapos meron na namang ulit na tumubo, di ba? May wildfire, na-destroy yung mga vegetation, pero after 5 years later, may tumubo na naman. The forest, the bushes are seen flourishing in the forest once again. This is secondary ecological succession. Okay? Pag may nasunog, tapos namamatay yung mga tanim doon, tapos after many years, tutubo yung mga tanim. That's secondary. A medical researcher is conducting experiments using imaging techniques that involves the penetration of electromagnetic waves through the human body. Which type of electromagnetic waves is commonly used for medical imaging? O, diba nga? Syempre, X-rays. Nakapag-X-ray ka ba, no? Sa chest, sa lungs? Pero it's not recommended na palagi, no? It's harmful kasi it's radioactive. Kaya nga hindi siya pwede sa pregnant women. Oh, during nagpa-X-ray ako, so tinanong ako if I'm pregnant, kayon. Sabi ko hindi. So, yun, uh, tinignan yung lungs ko, alright? So, it's a protocol kasi it's a radioactive substance. Okay? Number 83. Which of the following is the storage form of glucose in animals? By the way, itong mga remember this again, the electromagnetic waves. There will be questions about that one. It's impossible if wala. Just the concept lang, napakahalaga. Ang gagawin ni PRC kasi, i-change niya yung question. And iti-test niya kung naiintindihan mo ba talaga yung concept. So, you don't have to memorize everything na like, uy, may nabasa akong question ganito, or memorize mo yung sagot. Hindi. Ang mahalaga, naiintindihan mo. Yan yung mahalaga dyan na dapat naiintindihan mo. Kasi you could apply that. Sa science kasi, more on situational questions siya. Mga situation. Ang ingay yung tao sa labas. Situational questions siya, no? So, it's, it would test if naiintindihan mo ba talaga. Again, X-rays. O, bakit nga ba hindi siya, um, advisable for pregnant women? Oh, kasi it's radioactive. Oh, it's not good for the baby. Next, dito na tayo. Storage of glucose. That's glycogen. Tayo, we have this one. Saan? Sa ating liver. Alright? Okay, next. How does an endothermic chemical reaction differ from exothermic? Exo, endo. Ang tandaan nyo sa exo kasi, X. Di ba it's outside? Palabas. Yung heat niya, palabas. Exothermic. Exo meaning outside. Basta may X, outside na yan. Oh, di ba? Yung entrance tsaka yung exit. Oh, may X, doon ka lalabas. Di ba? Sa exit. O, si X mo, labas na yun sa life mo. Wala, wala na siya. Hindi na siya party sa life mo. Move on na. Char. So, si endo, nag-absorb siya ng heat. Si exo, nagpapalabas ng heat. O, yan. Yung sinabi ko na yung sagot. 84, this is si endo absorbs heat, si exo releases heat. Next, the movement of water from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration. This is osmosis. From high to low. Remember that, ha? Okay, oceanographers recently discovered a fish called an oppa or moonfish. Mhm. I recently watched Avatar. No, yung moon. Si Princess Yui naging moon. Okay, a moonfish that maintains a constant body temperature. Why does this fish challenge the system for distinguishing, classifying vertebrates? Mga vertebrates, yung mga animals with backbone and or spinal column. Okay, di ba? Fish, minimaintain niya yung body temperature. Di ba yung mga isda, it's cold-blooded, it's not the same with us na warm-blooded. Oh, so, ang sagot natin dito ay letter B. Fish kasi are generally classified as cold-blooded. Ibig sabihin, nagbabago yung temperature ng katawan nila depending on the environment. Kaya nga yung mga isda and a lot of marine life, they're very much sensitive to the temperature. A slight change lang sa temperature natin is naaapektuhan na sila. And very choosy sila sa environment kung saan sila maninirahan. Doon sa temperature lang na akma lang sa kanila. Oh, 'di ba? So, ano nangyayari ngayon, our temperature is our globe, our planet is the temperature is increasing. So, the ocean water also is increasing. Kaya naaapektuhan talaga sila. Hindi lang tayo, no? So, it basically challenged no, the system for distinguishing, classifying, or vertebrates. Kasi fish are generally cold-blooded. All right, next. Why is documenting errors in experiments or studies so important? Bakit? Dino-document 'yan, yung mga mali-mali. 'Di ba sabi nila mga girls daw, expert dito ang daling maghanap ng mga mali. I don't know. I'm not like that to my partner. Sige, nate-tempt ka 'no, sa all of the above? Pero basahin muna natin yung options. It enables researchers to repeat the experiment without repeating the errors. Oh, correct. 'Pag nalaman mo na kung saan ka nagkamali, siyempre 'wag mo nang uulitin 'yun, 'no? We can apply kaya nga sinasabi yung scientific experimentation, we can relate this one to our life. Tanga ka na, 'di ba, kapag namali ka pa. So, like dito sa pagre-review mo, oh, kung namali ka, maganda 'yon kasi may natututunan ka. Pero 'pag sa board exam, 'yun pa rin yung tanong tapos nagmali ka, oh, nagtanga-tangahan na. So, dapat hindi tayo puwedeng magtanga-tangahan, ha? Okay, any error can affect the conclusion reached, 'di ba? Nakaapekto 'yun, siyempre error 'yan, eh. Errors may shed light on the reliability of the data. So, this is all of the above, na? Sa lahat ng 'to, mahalaga, kaya kailangan natin i-document 'no, yung mga errors. Next, which of the following scientific attitude is now shown by the person who keeps seeking answers to things he is interested with? Ibig sabihin, he is curious. That's curiosity, and that's one good scientific attitude. Being curious. Kasi diyan nagsisimula. no? Diyan nagsisimula yung quench mo for knowledge, being curious. Bakit kaya ganito? Bakit ganyan? O, di ba? Pero I think too much curiosity is, I don't know, I think it's not good also. Sometimes ignorance is a bless. Next, the bond in sodium fluoride is which of the following types of chemical bond? Sodium. Sodium is Na. It's metal. Fluoride is fluorine, di ba? It's halogen. So, a metal and a non-metal, it's ionic. Ang nangyari dito, si electron, completely nag-transfer. Kapag covalent kasi, the electron is shared, right? And ionic is transfer. Walang James 1, walang James 1 dito. Distractor lang to siya. Next. Organisms that decompose substances into products that can be useful are called decomposers. Sino yung mga decomposers sa ating food chain? Siyempre, di saprophytes, no? Yung mga fungi, mga bacteria, sila yung mga decomposers. They feed on necrotic matter. The following are homologous organs except homologous. Oh, ito na naman, may mga bagong terms na naman tayo. Homologous. Sige nga. Except, ha? Sagot natin dito, si fishtail. Now, ano ba yung homologous? And the analogous organ, no? Homologous, ito yung similar yung origin nila. Different functions, pero similar origin. Ang analogous naman, same function, pero different origin. Oh, madali lang siyang intindihan kasi pag, for example of analogous is yung bat's wings, the butterfly's wings, or yung mga wings. Di ba same sila ng function, no? For flight. But then, iba yung origin nila. Yun ang tandaan mo. Basta, kung sa tingin mo, same naman yung function. That's analogous. Okay, nito. Human arms, the cell's flipper, iba-iba yung function, no? The wings, the bat, iba yung function niya sa human arm. Pero same yan ang origin. So, ang hindi kasali dito, si fishtail. Memorize nyo na lang to. Just memorize this, si fishtail. Kasi, ito din lang naman yung favorite na favorite. Alright? Sige. Next, perfumes. Perfume. Favorite din to, si Easter yan. Alright? In vitro fertilization. Kapag in vitro, yung mga test tube babies. Tinatawag nating test tube babies. So, sa test tube. Philosophical skepticism. This is also one scientific attribute. Oh, I don't think, wala na yata akong boses. I've been speaking a lot. I have classes in the morning, I have classes in the evening. And even on Saturdays and Sundays, I have classes also. Yeah, I have classes on Sundays. It's for the refresher course. On Saturdays, I have um graduate studies for my master's degree. But anyway, 94, what is philosophical skepticism? You tend to question everything. You tend to question things. But it's good naman, di ba? So this is basically letter B. This position to doubt, since no facts can be definitely known. Alright? This is skepticism. Next. What is the pressure exerting on a plasma membrane against the cell wall of bacteria? Kunjay, basta cell wall, no? Sa bacteria, plasma membrane. That is Torgor pressure. Remember that, ha? Torgor pressure. What is the cellular metabolic process that transforms biochemical energy to ATP? Siyempre, ano yan? Respiration. No? Respiration. Kaya nga, we breathe in. Um, remember this, ha? So, transforms biochemical energy. That is referring to the glucose, the sugar, into ATP, adenosine triphosphate, the energy currency of the cell. What do you mean by the word tundra? I think I mentioned this earlier. Treeless, no? Tundra, the Arctic. Ano yung matatagpuan sa tundra? Walrus. Prions that cause diseases. Ang prions are proteins. So, usually meron siya sa mga brains, no, ng mga sheep, ng mga pig, mga cows, o ano-ano pa. Since simula nung nalaman ko 'to, I seldom eat like dun sa tawag natin sa'min dito is yung tuslubuwa, deep bubble, 'di ba? So, careful din tayo, no, on eating, food like that. Sige. Blood, teka lang, I just want to ano lang, add on. Ang prions, these are simply misfolded proteins. Kasi normally, yung mga proteins, they have specific shapes that allow them to function properly. So, ang prions, folded yung proteins niya, incorrectly folded. So, it can lead to formation of dumps, no, of protein sa brain. So, it damage the brain. Alright? Next. A blood abnormality that results from uncontrolled production of abnormal white blood cells by the bone marrow. Mm. Too much white blood cells. This is leukemia. Okay? This is a cancer. My uncle unfortunately died because of leukemia. So, yan talaga, no, yung mga sakit-sakit, mga um so we have to really take good care of our health. And I realized that one kasi dati sobrang payat ko. Parang parang yeah, malnourished ata ako, but then I realized the importance of taking care of our body, of eating the right food, ano, of giving kung ano kasi yung binibigay mo sa katawan mo, naaapektuhan siyempre yung katawan mo. So, yeah. And alam niyo, before the board exam, diyan ako nag-gain ng weight. Diyan ako sa tingin ko naging healthy. Hindi na ako masyadong nagkakasakit kasi I took good care of my health because I was preparing for the board exam. So, hindi puwedeng physically hindi ako active, like physically masakitin ako or ano, 'di ba? So, yeah, I took vitamins, vitamin C for my immune system, vitamin B for my brain, for the overall health of the nervous system, para healthy yung cells mo. Ano pa? Yun lang. Yeah, the iron also for my blood kasi I was anemic back then. Yeah, nagpaano ako, ang tawag natin CBC. But then, I get healthy because I took good care of my body. I take supplements na. Simula nung nagka-work, may pambili na ng vitamins. So, I would suggest talaga before the board exam, mag-vitamins talaga kayo, no? Pero ilang days naman lang. So, wag mo nang i-ano yung katawan mo, masyadong ipuyat-puyat. Alright? So, this is leukemia. Anemia is for the red blood cell naman yan, condition na may deficiency sa red blood cell. Ang emphysema naman, this is ilang disease. Yeah, and thrombosis, this is the formation of blood clot, no, in the blood vessel, not directly the consequences of abnormal white blood cells. Next, which of the following are the products of light reaction of photosynthesis? Di ba sa photosynthesis, for the general education, madali lang kasi photosynthesis of food production sa plant, the raw materials, we have the oxygen, we have the carbon dioxide, we have the water, we have the sunlight, tapos yung product niya ay oxygen and glucose. But for us, science majors, it is much more than that. We have the light, we have the dark reaction, no, the Calvin cycle. So for the light reaction, ano yung product niya? Light reaction. Ang light reaction nangyayari siya sa thylakoid. Ang dark reaction or the stroma or the Calvin cycle sa stroma siya nangyayari. So yung sagot natin dito would be letter A, si ATP at si NADPH. Again, si thylakoid, sa thylakoid diyan nangyayari ang light reaction. Sa stroma naman, ang dark reaction or the Calvin cycle. And overall, nangyayari sila lahat sa site of photosynthesis sa chloroplast. Yung plant cells, sila lang yung may chloroplast. Okay. 101! There are 50 items more. Bear with me. Kaya. Laban lang. Okay. He provided the foundation of modern evolutionary theory. Siyempre si Charles Darwin yan. Si Tycho Brahe, sino ba si Tycho Brahe? Tycho Brahe believed in the heliocentric, no? Support siya kay Copernicus and kay kanino kang ano, Galileo. Yeah. So Galileo also the father of modern science, discovered the four moons of Jupiter: Ganymede, Io, Callisto, Europa. Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system. Ano pa? The phases of Venus, the sunspots. He got blind. Okay. Copernicus, heliocentric, the sun-centered universe, as opposed to Ptolemy na geocentric. Next, they are the transmitters of messages from the different parts. Oh, syempre, that's the neurons of the nerve cells. That's the longest cell in the human body. All right, remember that. Spinal cord. A spinal cord. It's a communication pathway between the brain and the rest of our body. Pero it's not the sole transmitter of messages. Ang brain, of course, that's the central processing unit of our nervous system. Arteries naman, it's a blood vessel that carries blood away from the heart, not to the various parts of our body. Because the only part in our body na walang blood flow, that's the cornea in the eye. Wala po siyang blood. Next, which of the following is the smallest bird? Napaka-cute lang niya. It's like 3 to 5 inches lang. Ang liit lang, no? So, that's the hummingbird. That's the hummingbird. Next, why do seasons occur on Earth? Seasons. Oh, this one is very gas also because of that tilt, which is 23.5. No? The Weather Bureau gave this warning during a thunderstorm, which comes first. By the way, if I'm kind of too fast, then you can just watch or pause the video, then you can read the options. Okay? Kasi mabilisan tayo dito. Final coaching na to. Malapit na board exam. And most likely, naiintindihan nyo na tong mga concepts na to. Naiintindihan nyo na yung mga foundation, the fundamental, the basics. Alright? So, this one, syempre, nauna yung lightning kaysa sa sound, kaysa sa thunderstorm, di ba? Hmm. Light is faster than sound. Kaya if na-notice nyo, lightning, tapos few seconds after thunderstorm. Which part of the flower develops into fruits? Part of the flower develops into fruits, that's the ovary. The ovule, it develops into seeds. Kung pansin nyo, the questions are so random. From earth science to biology to we have here earth science again, or like could be in astronomy or something. Ganito yung tanungan sa board exam. Yeah. Sa majorship talaga, like number 1, biology, number 2, physics, number 3, chemistry, number 4, ganun. Parang random siya. Like, magsashuffle yung mind mo. So, hindi siya like 1 to 10, biology, 11 to 20, chemistry. Hindi siya ganun. It's random every item. Like, talagang kaya nga, it's good na ganito. Like, shuffled na siya. Okay, the propulsion of jets and rockets is based on Newton's law of interaction, action, reaction. No? In every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Right? So, memorize also the laws of motion ni Albert naman, Sir Isaac Newton. We have the first law of inertia. No? An object in motion will remain in motion unless acted by an unbalanced force, or an object at rest will remain at rest unless acted by an unbalanced force. For acceleration, the force is equal to mass times acceleration. For the interaction or the action reaction, we have, in every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. A barometer measures what? Barometer. It measures the pressure, no? The atmospheric pressure. Okay, what does the tremendous amount of tremendous energy from the sun? It's sun. It's fusion. Fusion of what? Hydrogen. To helium. Yan. So that's it. Hydrogen to helium. Next, Wilbur and Orville Wright. The Wright brothers, they are the inventors of sky balloon, telephone, computer, airplane. The Wright brothers, Of course, they're famous for the airplane. No? Wright brothers, airplane. Sino yung sa telephone? Si Graham Bell. For the computer, Charles Babbage. What is the reason why viruses can't live and multiply in the outer layers of the skin? Dahil po, yung outer layers ng skin natin, kaya nga siya i-exfoliate, di ba? If may skincare ka dyan, may routine ka, di ba? Mag-exfoliate ka sa skin mo. Kasi, dead cells na yung mga nasa skin natin, the outer layer. And, in the dead na cell, hindi makapag-multiply hindi mabubuhay yung virus. Okay? So, kaya papasok sila. Kailangan nila ng host na papasukan. Andun sila mag-a-act as a living thing, 'di ba? Pero technically it's not a living thing kasi it's not made of cell. Pero once it enters the host, um it acts like it's a cell, no? Yung mechanism niya it's almost the same with the cell. It multiplies, it has genetic information, it has RNA. Sige. At which of the following levels does evolution tend to act? Evolution, hindi sa species ha, sa population 'yan. Hindi natin matatawag na evolution if isang tao lang or if isang organism lang ang na-change. It should be the population. Alright? It's the population. What is the scientific name of the Philippine eagle? Itong mga scientific name, importante din po ito siya. Ano tong letter A? Chanos chanos. Chanos chanos, this is the milkfish. Alright? Milkfish, yung bangus. Pisum sativum, of course, this is the pea plant na kung ano yung stinadihan ni Gregor Mendel, the father of genetics. Carlito secreta, this is tarsier. No? Nakikita na ba kayo ng tarsier? Yeah, I once saw a tarsier when we went to Bohol. I think I was still in elementary. Yeah, but I still remember it in my head. Then our answer here would be letter B, sorry. Piscophaga jeffrey. This is the Philippine eagle. All right. The sad thing about tarsier, by the way, is they are really, really endangered right now. Kapag endangered ang species, it's almost na siya na ma-extinct, no? Konti na lang yung species na natira sa kanila. And when we talk about extinct, wala na talaga. Okay. The Green Revolution refers to food production by planting vegetables and fruit trees, a natural resource that has not been sufficiently developed in the world's bodies of water, which promise abundant resource of food. Blue Revolution. Sa dagat. Siyempre, isda. No? Yan naman yung mostly kinakain natin humans. Fish. Okay? Green Revolution, plants, vegetables, fruits. Blue Revolution, fish. Next, scientists who study the weather. Weather. That's meteorologist. Okay? Ang seismologist, sila yung nagsastudy ng Earth's movement, earthquake, tectonic plates. Diba? Paleontologists, they study fossils. Yung mga remains ng mga wala na, yung remains ng dinosaurs, no, the other earlier form of life. Meteorologist studies the weather condition, the atmospheric pressure and all atmospheric condition. Yan. So, at anthropologist naman, this is the study. Ito yung mga tao nagsa-study sa human. Basically sa human, no? Diba? Anthropologist. Like sa belief, sa culture, lahat-lahat na sa humans. No? That's anthropologist. Okay. It is an ideology that evokes the necessity and responsibility of humans to respect, protect, and preserve the natural world from abusive or wrong use of humans. Siyempre, sa environment na yan, no? Environmentalism. Ano ba itong eutrophication? Eutrophication, nangyayari siya if there's too much nutrients on bodies of water. Ang nangyayari sa too much nutrients, marami yung algae. There will be, tinatawag nating algal bloom. And algal bloom, they use up oxygen very fast. And oxygen, syempre kailangan yun ng mga organism, like mga isda, yung mga organisms na nasa dagat, no? So, if wala na oxygen, there will be, tinatawag nating dead zone. So, mangyayari, there will be a significant diminish in the sea harvest of our fishermen. Next, some animals perform service to assist man. Canine serves in war and in peace. Cats safeguard the home from pets. Pigeons can transmit messages. It is possible that these animals are. Drug ba sila? Siyempre hindi, siyempre trained yan. Okay? Trained yung animals. Okay? So that's yung mga basically yung mga cats, mga wild animals originally yan before sila na domesticated. So mga ano pa sila dati? Before pa na-tamed natin mga humans. Kasi mga wild sila. So that's trained. In speech process, which is concerned with amplifying, enriching the voice using human amplifiers, nose, windpipe, chest, yun yung mga human amplifiers natin. This is resonation. Okay? Resonation. Because it will adversely affect the population's food supplies, the most disadvantageous and food source of energy. Siyempre, yung mga plants. Dito yung food supply natin, no? Mga plants. Yung biomass, ba? Which element has Ca? Siyempre, that's calcium. Oh, di ba? Mga questions like this. What if hindi Ca? Ca is, we know, it's very obvious. It's calcium. It's a very commonly asked. What if yung mga hindi masyadong naririnig ng mga elements? So, just pray na the element na itatanong is familiar ka or alam mo yung sagot. Okay? So, you pray as well na yung lalabas is yung naaral mo. Which of the following processes involves chloroplast? Chloroplast. Diba yung chloroplast is the site for photosynthesis, so the conversion of light to chemical energy. Chemical energy, that's glucose, no? In the form of glucose. From light to chemical. That's photosynthesis. Chloroplast, site for photosynthesis. Besides solid, liquid, and gas, what is the fourth state of matter? Oh, syempre, that's plasma. Okay? Yung mga highly ionized particle. Example, fire. Di ba fire? We cannot tell if it is solid. Is it liquid? Is it gas? Di ba hindi? It's plasma. Um, Lightning, electricity, auroras, yun. The neon lights, yun, mga plasma yun. Which is, a heterotroph. Hetero. Hindi mga plants, hindi kayang gumawa ng sariling pagkain. Tayo, we are heterotrophs. And what kind of heterotroph are we? We are omnivores. Mainly, no? So, moss is a plant. Algae can do photosynthesis. Some species, we have fern also is a plant. So, grasshopper, ito yung heterotroph. Grasshopper is our answer. Okay? So, kumakain siya ng producer, kumakain siya ng grass. Iron is what type of magnetic metal? Iron is ferromagnetic. Alright? Ferromagnetic. Hindi siya non-magnetic, no? Kasi may iron is ferromagnetic. Strong yung magnetic property niya. Paramagnetic is like, para lang siyang magnet. Mawawala din yung magnetism niya. As well as diamagnetic also. It's also not a strong magnet. Okay. Humans reproduce when an ovum is combined with a sperm, leading to the development of embryo. This form of reproduction, syempre, very easy lang, no? Fertilization. Syempre, that's fertilization. Fertilization is sexual siya na form na reproduction. Hindi siya asexual. Ang tanda natin kapag sexual reproduction, merong sperm and the female na ovum. No? Merong male and female gamete. Alright? Or male and female na, not necessarily the sperm. Male and female na gamete. That's our term. Saan nga ulit yung budding? Sa corals, diba? Outgrowth. Outgrowth. Binary fission, commonly on bacteria. Which of the following activities help reduce water pollution? Parang inaantok ata. Sorry po. Reduce water pollution. Water pollution. Pag may gamitin ng soap, detergent, diba? Magpo-pollute yun. Potable water, flood control. Reduce lang. Help reduce. Ito lang. Treating waste prior to discharge. Okay? So, i-answer mo lang kung ano yung hinahanap. Or i-clean mo muna siya, no? Sige. What is the main organ for respiration? Some of you might answer nose, pero it is lungs. Okay? Lungs po yung sagot natin dito. Hindi esophagus, hindi esophagus, esophagus. Hindi nose, hindi din si heart. Si heart, syempre siya ay pumping organ. Pumping organ. Okay, we're almost done. What technology technique is employed during breeding in captivity in order to restore the population of endangered and threatened species? Yung ginagawa also sa mga Philippine eagle. That's artificial insemination. All right? Next. Dengue is an infectious disease transmitted by an organism classified under which phylum? O, di ba? Oh, dengue, di ba? Ang nagdadala ng dengue mosquito. Now, take note, phylum ang hinahanap ha. Oh, saan ba nabilong ang mosquito na phylum? Next phylum? Arthropoda. Okay? Arthropoda. Chordate, oh, syempre. Sino yung mga chordates? Sino yung mga chordates? Syempre tayo yan. No? Then, echinodermata, yung mga sea stars, mga sea urchins. Radial symmetry. Yan. Then, let's proceed to 130. What diagnostic test allows microorganisms to multiply in a medium under controlled laboratory condition in order to determine the cause of infectious disease? Microorganisms. Siyempre, that's microbial culture. Chest x-rays, tinitingnan lang yun, yung x-rays mo, ay yung chest mo. Urinalysis on urines, the test on your urines. Blood count, the component of our blood, no? Tinitingnan siya kung normal pa ba yung amount ng components ng blood natin. We have the RBC, the WBC, the platelets, the plasma. Okay. Which technology can lead to the formation of new genetic trait? New genetic trait? Ano yan? Di ba pag sinabi natin new genetic trait, this is a result of mutation. Now, which of the options yung nakakause ng mutation? Siyempre, the radiation. Okay? Exposure to radiation. Yun yung nangyari sa Japan. Some people doon sa areas near the bombing, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Okay. Which of the following, which is an example of the following, which of the following of the following, which is an example of natural altered state of awareness? Natural lang. Hindi sedation, hindi intoxication, hindi drugs. Di ba? It's almost the same lang. So, ang natural dito, sleep. Natural lang na matutulog tayo. Three-dimensional image reproduced from pattern of interference. Ito yung tinatawag nating hologram. No? Amazing. Yeah, yung technology na hologram. 3D image. So, it's like talking to the person. So, in 3D talaga siya. I want to have that. Next. Scientists record the procedures they followed to conduct an experiment for which of the following reasons? Oh, scientists record the procedures they followed to conduct an experiment. Bakit kailangan? Syempre, that's to enable others to evaluate also the experiment and discussions. Kasi after the experimentation and all, inaano nila yan. May tinatawag na peer review. O, nire-review yan ng other scientists. If naghahanap sila ng room for, naghahanap sila ng mga errors, ganon. Sakto ba? Standard ba yung ginamit? Yung procedure? Ganyan, ganyan. Di ba? It's to also test the experiment if valid ba siya, reliable ba siya. Yan. Okay. A screw becomes warm when unscrewed from a board using an electric screwdriver. Which of the following best describes the type of energy conversion taking place? Ano yan? Yung electrical energy it's converted to mechanical energy to turn the screw, which is then converted into thermal energy in the form of heat. So, ang sagot natin dito ay electrical to mechanical to thermal. Okay? Trees are damaged when struck by lightning, but the lightning is nowhere apparent afterward because lightning is a form of energy. What would explain the apparent disappearance of the energy in the lightning? Sige nga, letter A, the energy in the lightning disappears. Hindi ito pwede na ma-disappear. You cannot destroy energy. You cannot create energy also. So, hindi ito pwedeng letter D. 'Di ba? Inaabsorb ba ni Tree si lightning? Sinistore niya si energy for future use? What? So, this is letter C. The energy in the lightning is converted to mechanical, then thermal in the form of heat. Next. Why is a convection oven called a convection oven? Sa heat transfer naman tayo. Because hindi lahat ng ovens are convection. Hindi radiant, convection nga, di ba? Hindi din conduction. This is letter A. So we have here, teka lang, i-clear ko. Here, we have the methods for transferring heat: convection, radiation, conduction. No, radiation, radiant energy. Conduction is direct heat, direct transfer, direct contact. For example, may hot cup of coffee, hinawakan mo. Bakit mo hinawakan? So, di ba mainit? Bakit na-feel mo yung init? There's a direct transfer of heat. So, that's conduction. Ang radiant energy does not require medium, so the heat travels through space. Kaya mo na-feel yung warmth from the sun. Convection is the difference between the density, between the mass, between the temperature. No, that's convection. Okay? Number 138. We're almost done. When a bullet is fired from a rifle, the force on the rifle is equal to the force on the bullet. Why is it that the energy of the bullet is greater than the energy of the recoiling rifle? Di ba nga galing na naman lang doon sa rifle yung bullet. Pero bakit mas malaki yung energy sa bullet kaysa sa rifle? Sagot natin dito would be letter D. Pakinggan niyo muna ako. Bakit letter D? Bakit ganyan? Bakit ganyan? Kasi, yung moving object, meron siyang momentum, which is the product of mass and velocity. Memorize that, ha? Momentum equals mass times velocity. Now, the faster something moves and the heavier it is, the more momentum it has. Now, even though bullets are small compared to the rifle, it has lots of momentum because it goes so fast, 'di ba? Resulting to great amount of kinetic energy. Napakabilis napakalaki ng speed ng bullets. Okay? I hope that makes sense. The bullet's momentum is greater than that of the rifle. What happens to the kinetic energy of a moving object if the net work done is positive? Kapag positive po, ano po yung sagot natin? Nag-i-increase. Kapag positive, increase. Kapag negative, decrease. As simple as that. Okay? According to the scientific definition of work, pushing a table accomplishes no work unless there is. Unless. Paano ba, um, paano ba natin masasabi na may work? Kapag may movement, yung force ay above, sorry, yung force ay parallel, sorry, parallel, okay, sa direction. Ganyan, parallel. So, this is same yung movement nila. Alright? Klaro ba? Dapat parallel yung direction and the force. Kasi if it is perpendicular, wala pong work na mangyayari. Alright? Ano ba yung formula ng work? Force times displacement. And work is a scalar quantity. Okay? Force times displacement. For example, yung waiter, may dala siyang tray, naglalakad siya, ganun. Yung position niya, lakad siya, lakad. Tanong, may work done ba sa tray? Answer is wala. Bakit? Force niya is ganun, pataas. The tray moves forward or it could be backward, eastward, westward. Di ba? So it's perpendicular. The fo- may ano dito ng The force is upward. Now the movement of the tray, it could be from here to here. Di ba? So there will be a right angle here. So it's perpendicular. Walang work, no? Walang work. Walang movement. Walang displacement. Di ba? Kaya if we relate it to our life, kahit gaano ka pa trabaho-trabaho na dyan, it would not be considered as work if wala kang improvement, walang movement, walang displacement. Di ba? So it should be dapat may nakikita ka na pagbabago. Ah, Gemma. Okay, next. Message nila. Where are we? Number 140. According to the scientific definition of work, pushing a table accomplishes no work unless there is. Ay, ano na pala tayo? Tapos na pala tayo dyan. 140, 140. A machine, a machine does 2,500 joules of work in 1 minute. What is the power developed by the machine? Power! What's the formula for power? Simple lang. Work over time. Diba? So we have work here, 2,500. The joule is, the time is 1 minute. Now the standard that we should use is seconds. 1 minute is 60 seconds. 60 yan ha. Zero yan. 60 seconds. Okay. So yung sagot natin, 42. Unit for power is watts. Diba? 42 watts. Okay. Car A has a mass of 1,000 kilograms and a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. While car B has a mass of 2,000 kilograms running at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour. What is the kinetic energy of car A? Now, car A, kinetic energy yung hinahanap natin. Formula for kinetic energy, 1/2 mv squared. Diba? Memorize na dapat yung mga formula na to. Kasi wala ka namang formula na makikita doon. So, dapat memorize na yan. Formula for kinetic energy, for potential energy, for power, for work, for ano pa. In terms of electricity, yung sa Ohm's law, napakalaga nun. May lumabas dun sa time namin. Yeah. So, we have 1/2 mv squared. Car A. Simula muna tayo sa car A. Car A is, yun yung mass niya, 1,000. 60, no? So, 60 squared. Yan. Then, i-divide mo yun ng 2, no? Times 1/2 or divide 2. It's just the same. So, B would be here. Sige, i-solve muna natin to. Yung mga mention nila. But anyway, 60 times 60. Ano ba? 60 times 60. times the 1,000. So we have, no. Yeah, 1,000, then divide by 2. Yan. 60 times 60 times 60. 60 times 60 times 1,000 divide by 2. So we have 1,000, 1 million, sorry, 1,800,000. Yan yung kinetic energy ni car A. Now, punta tayo kay car B. 1/2 mv squared pa rin. Ilan yung, teka, i-move ko lang tong face ko ha. So we have 2,000 here as the mass times 30 times 1/2. Yan. Sige nga. May squared to, sorry. Squared. 30 times 30 times 2,000 divide by 2. That's 900,000. Ayan. 'Di ba? So, ito si car A, ito si car B. So, si car A, mas malaki siya twice kay car B. Kinetic energy ni car A, twice kay car B. 'Di ba? Oh, 'di ba si car B is 900,000. Kung i-times mo, times 2 mo yan, i-twice mo yan, that's the same with car A. So, ang tanong, si car A, kinetic energy niya, twice kay car B. So, ito yung sagot natin. Klaro lang ba? Okay? Next. Which of the following best describes temperature? Yung sinabi nating temperature is the average molecular energy. Ma'am, ano naman itong total kinetic energy? This is referring to heat. Heat is total kinetic energy. Temperature, average molecular kinetic energy. Okay? Itatanong ko lang na word, temperature, average, heat, total. Which of the following statements on specific heat is true? Specific heat. Is it letter A, extrinsic property ba ang specific heat? In fact, it is intrinsic. No? Meaning it depends solely on the material itself. Hindi siya nakadepende kung gaano karami, no? Or kung gaano kalaki yung material. Letter B naman, it is always equal to the heat capacity. It is also false. No? Specific heat and the heat capacity are related, but they are not directly equal. Letter C, if it is the heat capacity per mole of a substance, this is also false. While there is a related concept called molecular heat capacity, it is expressed in joules, no, per Kelvin per mole. It's not the same as the specific heat, which typically uses grams as the unit of mass. So our answer here would be letter D. It is equal to 0 when the heat capacity is 0. Okay? No, yan yung specific heat. If 0, 0. So, which statements is true about catalyst? Ano yung mga catalyst? Example, we have enzymes, no? They are catalyst. Pinapabilis nila yung chemical reaction, hindi naman talaga sila directly kasali doon sa chemical reaction. Pinapabilis lang nila. Yun yung role nila. Nilo-lower nila ang activation energy. Hindi nila ini-increase. So, this is not the answer. They are not used up in the reaction. Hindi nga sila kasali, di ba? Hindi dinidecrease ang reaction progress. Reaction process. So, this is letter B. Pinapabilis nila yung reaction path, chemical reaction, lino-lower nila yung activation energy. Okay, yan yung mga catalyst. Okay. Milk turns sour in 1 or 2 days when left at room temperature and yet can remain unspoiled for 2 weeks when refrigerated. What explains this? Mga milk. Milk naturally contains lactobacillus bacteria, which convert lactose, that's milk sugar, into lactic acid. Now, this process caused the milk to to sour and eventually curdle. So the lactobacillus bacteria are mesophilic, meaning they thrive at moderate temperatures. So the room temperature, di ba, we have 20 degrees. So your refrigerator is we have 4. So it is significantly lower. O kaya nare-reduce yung activity, yung growth ng bacteria. So significantly, nagsa-slow down ang souring process. So nai-extend yung shelf life ng milk. So, di ba? This is letter B. Decrease and temperature slows down reaction rate. All right. Next, which refers to the recorded observations and measurements in an explanation. Recorded. Siyempre, this is the data. Yung mga observation mo na may measure mo, that's the data. We have 2 types, the quantitative, the qualitative. Quanti, my letter N, is referring to numerical values, to numbers. Quality, qualitative, descriptions, your observations. Yan. Which of the following is mainly organic? Mainly organic. Yung sugar, di ba? Glucose. C6, H12O6. Tama ba? Yan. Carbon bonded to hydrogen. Okay, next. Which of the following serves as a thermal insulator? Oh, ano insulator? Insulator eh. Thermal insulator in the body. That's the fats. Okay? Yung mga lipids. Di ba? The cholesterol, the fats. Yung mga matataba, medyo hindi sila mabilis ginawin. No? Kasi maraming fats, maraming thermal insulator sa katawan. These are the 4 macromolecules. Carbohydrates. We have the nucleic acid, acids, and the proteins. Let's go to their building blocks. Let's talk about their monomers. For carbohydrates, we have monosaccharide. For fats, for lipids, we have triglycerol, fatty acids. Nucleic acids, we have the nucleotides, no? Proteins are amino acids. Naman. Okay, the last one. Which biomolecule is considered a building block blocks of tissues and organs? Tissues and organs. Di ba? Sila yung mga proteins. Sila yung primary building material of our body. Your hair, your skin, the muscles, the organs are composed mostly of proteins. All right, and we're done. Yay! Praise the Lord. So I hope I've helped you and you've learned something from this video. I'll be rooting for everyone, lalong-lalo na yung science majors out there, no? So, kaya yan. Huwag kayong kabahan sa major natin. Huwag masyadong kabahan. Huwag masyadong kabahan. I mean, it's normal na kabahan ka, but huwag masyado kasi it would affect the way ka na mag-isip. So, ano lang, breathe in, you breathe out, you practice that, no? And yeah, I guess that would be all for now. And thank you. And I hope na makukuha ang license this May, no? Kasi March yung exam, May yung result niyan. Alright? So, bye-bye for now. Keep the faith and aim high. Okay? Bye-bye.